What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So in this one, I'm going to be showing you two different products which have both made over $100,000. I will of course be showing you the evidence behind this as well. So we'll be taking a look at the Facebook ad itself that has generated these results. I will of course show you the product and where you can source this from. So if you did want to consider selling one of these products yourself, then you can, you know where to go to get it. All of these products, by the way, are current and up to date. They're currently being paid to be advertised today. So if you are thinking about starting your business soon, then definitely give one of these products a consideration. And we will of course be taking a look at the actual Shopify store and the product page of these products that we can use, see what kind of strategies they're using, the content, the descriptions that we can of course take and use for inspiration to implement into our own businesses. And information like this is invaluable, especially if you're a beginner. There's no one better to learn from than people who are already doing it successfully. So make sure you take some notes, look at the kind of things that these guys are doing and implement them into your own business. And with that being said, there's not a lot more to say, so thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoy it, and let's jump straight into it. Okay, so product number one in which I want to show you guys is this enchanted lunar lamp. There's a few different reasons why it features in this video, why it deserves to feature in this video. So before we go through the numbers, let's take a look at some of the validation. So this is a breakdown essentially of the post of the Facebook ad details taken from Shopify. Shopify is a brilliant tool, by the way. I'm not affiliated with them in any single way. If you are looking for a way to find like really good proven products such as this one super quick, then definitely check them out. So first of all, let's go over the information in the top right corner. We can see this post was created back in April 2021 and the last seen date was today, March 7th, which is the date I'm recording this video. So it just goes to show it's a tried and tested product over a long period of time. Most products tend to kind of fall off after that Q4 period, but what we can see from this is that because of the type of product it is, it's going to sell consistently throughout the year. So if you are looking for something that you can kind of sell for the next couple of years consistently, then potentially this is the right products for you. We can also see a summary of the reactions in this bottom left hand corner here. 86,000 likes, which is obviously pretty incredible, with 20,000 love reactions, 12,000 shares and 14,000 comments. If we actually jump into Facebook and take a look at the ad itself, there's something I want to show you which is even more important than engagements. You may have heard me talk about it a lot recently in my recent videos because it's super important if you're doing product research and you're trying to find products which are going to give you the best chances of success, then this is essentially what you're looking for. So Sylvia here says she loves her light. It's so gentle in the bedroom, so she's obviously purchased it. In fact, she even goes on to say an absolutely wonderful purchase. Sarah Astin says, absolutely thrilled to receive my lamp. I got this for my daughter from Dawn. Mary says, I ordered one this morning. Mary, a different Mary, says, I brought one initially. Absolutely love it. Danielle also says, I bought one of these. In fact, this was from 40 weeks ago. So if we go back to the top and instead of most relevant, go for newest, then we can see just how recently people are commenting. So 25 weeks, I don't know why that's at the top. Let's open up some of these and try and find some more recent ones. So comments are from as little as 8 hours ago, so it just goes to show it is still current. People are still commenting 1 day, 2 day, 3 days ago, so on and so forth. Rose says she has this for her son. This was 3 days ago. Nancy says that she has one, however it took 15 days to get here, so that's kind of like a telltale sign they are indeed drop shipping this product, which I'll prove to you in a second when I show you it on AliExpress. 1 week ago, Karen says she bought 2 for Christmas, so it just goes to show people are still commenting recently. So Kelly L. Lang, 1 week ago, I bought 3 of these. So that's pretty surprising actually. I didn't think people would buy more than one, but just goes to show people don't only see products on Facebook as things they buy for themselves. If you've got a product which makes a really nice gift, then that can also be kind of like one of the ingredients to a quote-unquote winning product. Next up then, let's take a look at the Shopify store. It's always a important part of the puzzle, part of the jigsaw. Again, you may have heard me mention it in previous videos that there's kind of 3 core elements or 3 pillars to success when it comes with e-commerce. Number 1 is obviously the product, probably the most important one. Number 2 is the Shopify store. You've got to have somewhat of a decent Shopify store so people trust you enough to make a purchase. And then of course, number 3 is you need a really effective Facebook ad, which these guys obviously have. I forgot to mention the fact that they're just using a single image. This is an image taken from AliExpress. So if you are looking for literally the simplest of products to get started with and the quickest of products to get started with, then this could definitely be the one for you. One of the other contributing factors, I believe, of why this product's been so successful is because it's an LED product. LED products have that wow factor, which means they're going to get attention online. The sole kind of objective of your Facebook ad is to get somebody to stop scrolling through their newsfeed and take attention of what it is you're trying to display or what it is you're trying to sell. That's literally half the battle of your Facebook ad. And LED products do a really nice job of this because of the effects they have, because of the effects that lights have. It's been proven that lights make humans produce endorphins. It actually makes people feel good when they see lights because it gives off a nice effect, which is one of the reasons why LED products are such a good niche and such a good kind of range of products to consider selling. Obviously, just keep in mind, if you are going to build a niche around LED products, whether they're indoor or outdoor products will determine whether they're going to be products that kind of spike in popularity essentially during winter time, or whether they're going to be products like this which go indoors and going to sell all year round basically. So with that being said, if we go back to the store, we can see they do pretty much everything to an adequate standard. It's kind of like quite a nice and neat and tidy store. It doesn't look like a paid theme to me. It looks like a pretty basic free theme, so it just goes to show you haven't got to spend a lot to have an effective store. At the top they've got the catalog, about us. I typically put this in the footer. Track your order, which is important, shipping info, which is important, and contact us, which is obviously super important. What you have to keep in mind is that as a new business, or even if you're not a new business, the first time somebody comes across your business, there's going to be all these kind of subconscious hurdles people have in their minds that you need to overcome in order for them to make a purchase with you. And they want to know things like, is their payment information secure? When are they going to receive the product? Can they track the product? Can they get hold of you if there's a problem with the order? So these are all the sorts of things you need to have on your store if you're going to be successful. Not to spend too much time on it then, but if we go through the product description, we can see it's pretty basic. A couple of lines followed by a nice effective image of how the lamp looks. A couple more lines, nice effective image. A couple more lines, and then they've got this kind of pledge to plant a tree. Whether they do so or not, I have no idea. To be honest, I haven't done the research into this company. They've got a nice big 30-day money-back guarantee to put the customer's mind at ease that they can get a refund if they don't like it. They have a kind of like short, sharp FAQ, which is a nice touch to put on the product page. And then, of course, we've all seen this app before. It's looks reviews, and these are the sort of images which will help sell your product tenfold. As for sourcing this product then, if you want to find it on AliExpress, the search term you need to be using is enchanted lamp. These are the initial results that came up. As we can see, there's multiple different suppliers of this particular product. I usually like to filter by most orders and start with the biggest suppliers of a particular product to start my research, so I can get kind of like a good idea of who can ship it the quickest and for the best price. But what we can see is you can source this product for in and around sort of $14. If we nip back to their website, they're selling it for £32, which is probably about $45. So there's a good kind of $25-30 profit margin of room to be made per sale, which is pretty decent and definitely affordable when it comes to Facebook ad costs. So as for the numbers then, you may still be wondering how I know it's made over $100,000. So let's jump into the numbers now, and this is how we're going to work it out. So all you need to know to kind of get a rough ballpark figure of how much money a Facebook ad has made is to work out how many clicks it has had. And because we can see how many engagements it's had, we can work out roughly how many clicks it's had, and then we can go on from there. So if I take you through the process step by step right now, any future posts or Facebook ads that you come across, you can use this formula to kind of work out roughly how much money that particular ad is making. So first of all, let's start with the amount of shares, which is 11,000. In fact, if we go back to Shopify, I think it was a bit more than that. It said 12,000. So 12,000 shares is how much this particular Facebook ad has had. And what I'm going to do is kind of take my own ad results to use to kind of base and work out how many clicks this has had. So if we take a look at one of my best performing campaigns at the top here, for this particular ad account, we can see that this post has had 414 shares. Let me just scroll across so you can see this, with a reach of 260,000 people. So what we need to do is divide their amount of shares by my amount of shares, and that will give us their reach. So my shares are 400. The shares on this particular post is 12,000. So if we bring up our calculator and we can put in there 12,000 shares divided by 400, equals 30. So they have 30 times the amount of shares that I do. What we now need to do is times my reach by 30, and that will give us the reach of their ad as well. So if we take that 30 and times it by the 260,000 of that campaign that we just saw, that gives us a reach of 7.8 million. Now, if we take an average kind of click-through rate, link click-through rate, which is pretty average for a decent ad set, then this will give us the amount of people who have actually clicked the link in the ad and gone to the website. So what we can do is times this 7.8 million by 0.02. And that gives us 156,000 clicks. So what we now know up to this point is that this particular Facebook ad has in and around 156,000 clicks. It could be a lot more, could be a lot less, but this is going to give us a rough average. What we now need to do is take an average conversion rate of a Shopify store. If we take a look at this Shopify store, which corresponds to that ad account in which we just saw, we can see the online store conversion rate for this particular product is 3.51% with an average order value of in and around sort of $45. So that just goes to show it's a similar sort of product in a similar sort of price range. So what I'm going to do is base our numbers on a 3.5 conversion rate as well. So what we can do now is we can take this 156,000 clicks and we can times it by 3.5% to give us the amount of orders in which this product has had. So to do that, we times it by 0.035. And that gives us approximately 5,500 orders. All we need now then to work out the total revenue generated is in fact the product price, which is £32. So if we bring back our calculator and times this by £32, that gives us a total revenue generated of £174,720. And converted into US dollars is give or take about $200,000. Now, obviously these are rough ballpark figures, but I think it's safe to say that this product is made well in excess of $100,000. It's currently being advertised today, so it's still a current, tried and tested, verified winning product. So again, if you are considering or looking for products to get started with your business, then definitely give this one a consideration. And with that being said, let's move on to product number 2. Moving on to product number 2, then we have this pet product, or more specifically a dog product. I'll play the Facebook ad for you now so you can see exactly what it is. So essentially, just to kind of talk you through it as the ad plays in the background, it's basically a plastic beaker with these soft brush rubber bristles in that you fill full of water. So after a dog walk, you can kind of dip your dog's paws in it and it will get rid of any muck or mud, just to clean their paws off. So even if they are running around on your carpets or in your car, then it's not mud that they're traipsing in. It is just kind of clean water, which, trust me, is a lot better than having mud on your dog's paws. It has a pretty nice feature which we just saw that you can kind of drag out. I believe some of them are actually dishwasher proof too, which is a big plus. So all in all, a pretty neat product. Because it's in that kind of pet niche too, we obviously know pet products are super effective on Facebook for social media, because if we go back to that rule which I mentioned in the first half of the video, half the battle for your Facebook ad is to capture attention. And pets, animals, having fun, doing silly, daft things, always capture attention. There's nothing better at capturing attention, in my opinion, in fact, on social media than a cute dog, puppy, kitten, whatever it may be. Before we jump into the numbers then quickly, if we take a look at the dates in the top right hand corner, we can see this was created back in 2019 and was last seen today on March 7th, 2022. So this is a tried and tested product over a number of years. The reactions themselves are obviously pretty good too. We can see in the bottom left corner here, 16,000, 1,000, 13,000 shares, which is awesome, and 23,000 comments. Just to take a quick look of the actual post on Facebook, it's always a useful exercise to check out the comments, and just to point out a strategy that this page is using, they're taking the time to respond to the majority of people who are commenting on their post. In fact, let's go for newest, just to see if they are still active. We'll let these loads up so we can see people are still commenting 9 hours, 13 hours ago, 16 hours ago, 1 day ago. Still an active and current product, and even the page itself is still taking the time to respond to people, which is a great sign. People want to know. Half the battle for a business advertising on Facebook, if you're not a household name, half the battle is coming across as being trustworthy. People want to know that you're a real, legitimate business, because more and more people are becoming savvy to scams and being more cautious and know the sorts of things to look out for. So by being active within the actual post itself and answering questions and talking to customers, it just comes across as much more trustworthy because you're humanizing the brand. If we take a look at the Shopify store selling this product, then we can tell straight away it's a Debutify store. They're selling the product for $30, which in my opinion is pretty expensive, but they probably have to sell it at that much in order to make a profit. They have this nice add-on for the size chart, which is a nice little touch. Just makes it super easy for anybody coming on this store to see exactly what size they need. In terms of the actual product images themselves, I'm not a big fan of them, to be honest. They're using different colors. There's no mention of the actual brand it is themselves. So it just goes to show that even if you're using very basic images, these are probably imported across. In fact, these ones you can see they've put their actual branding on, which is a lot better. I'm a big fan of this. What they've also done is they've trademarked the name Magic Tubby, which gives off that impression of a original seller of the product, original design of the product, original manufacturer, and therefore it kind of establishes them as the brand leader, if you like, for the product. We can also see they have numerous add-ons from the Debutify theme. This one to kind of create scarcity. We've mentioned the size chart. They have these different bundle offer upsells, and these ones here are called product bullet points. Moving on to where we can source this product, what you need to search for on AliExpress is dog paw cleaner. You can see there's multiple different variations, so I'll leave it up to you to decide which one it is that you want to sell, and whether you try and go for one that's as similar as possible to Magic Tubby. But we can see that you can source these. Let's choose one with a decent amount of orders, so we'll sort by orders, and we'll go for the one that has the most. We can see they're offering free shipping, so at the very most, I think these guys were one of the most expensive too. $9, $11, $12, $8, $18. So I think it depends on which one you go for, but even at $9, these guys were selling it for $30. You're still making in excess of $20 per sale, which is enough room to make a profit on the front end. With the pet niche, it goes without saying, there's tons and tons of other products which you can use as upsells to bump up that profit margin even further. And so with that being said, to finish the video off, let's go through the numbers. The beauty of videos on Facebook is Facebook will actually tell you exactly how many views the video has. We can start with that, and we can get a much more accurate representation of truly how much money this Facebook ad has actually made. So we can start with 7.2 million. I think that's right. So 7.2 million, we can times this by our click-through rate of 2%. With a product like this in the pet niche, it's going to be a lot higher, but we'll be conservative. So 0.02, which gives us approximately 144,000 link clicks on this product. We can times this, of course, by the conversion rate. Again, with a cheap products like this, $30. I used to sell pet products in the past. This was going back a couple of years, to be fair, of conversion rates of like 7%. Nowadays it's in and around sort of 5%. So I'm going to go for 4%. Again, that's still quite conservative in my opinion. If I had to guess, it's probably a lot higher than that. But either way, let's go for 0.04% and see how many orders that translates into, which is 5,760 orders. We can times this by the selling price of $30. I would guess they have some upsells. I think $30 was for the smallest size as well. So again, this is being super conservative, which gives us a total revenue generated of $172,800. Given my experience of products like this in this particular niche, if I had to guess, if I was a betting man, I'd probably double that figure, to be honest. So again, if you are looking for a product to test that's current, verified, and is going to sell well all year round, more so here in the UK through the winter months, although to be honest, here in the UK there's no such thing as summer really. There's always going to be those days which a dog gets wet and muddy, and therefore it's probably going to be a good product that sells all year round. And so with that being said then guys, I'm going to wrap the video up there. If you're still watching, I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Make sure you let me know if you are still watching by either hitting a like on this video or leaving a comment down below. Want to find a quick message before you go? If you are looking for a mentorship with myself, somebody to kind of take you from scratch, from day one, literally without anything, start from scratch, from the ground up, and hold your hand through the entire Shopify dropshipping building process, and in 60 days build a business that is bringing in sales on a consistent basis every single day. Make sure you check out my Ecom Accelerator program. It is quite exclusive due to the amount of time I put into each and every person. We are currently full, but there is a waiting list. So if you do want to get a notification of when those spaces open up, make sure you join it. If you want me to send over the link for more information, just leave a comment down below of Accelerator and I'll reply to your comment with the correct link and information. Thanks again for watching guys, and see you in the next one.